Traitor! Dare you tamper with forbidden knowledge? So soon after your sentence into exile.
What's up, everybody? Damon here with my good friend Marty.
Hey,
We're
dude.
at pax-east 2016, and we've been playing with Pyre.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
I thought of that before we started filming. Pyre is the third game from Supergiant Games,
Yep,
Marty.
we did Bastion and Transistor.
Yes.
They just revealed the game earlier on in the week. It's playable here. We played a 30-minute chunk of it.
Yeah.
It is weird.
So right off the bat, real fun.
Real fun.
Like
Super
it a
fun.
lot,
Yeah. It's gorgeous, as you would expect, that same sort of tone as
Has
Bastion
that
and
a very high
Transistor.
level of polish, even
Yep.
though it's in a pretty early state.
Yeah.
We should also note this is a very different game from their first two games.
Yes, absolutely. It has these like two different phases, and one is it has this adventure game phase where you're going through dialogue trees, and has this interesting thing where people are talking, and when a proper noun comes up, you can highlight the noun, and it's like, here's more information on this place or this thing, and you can sort of go down these rabbit holes.
Yeah, so the setup is you're sort of found in the desert, near death, by these three travelers. They nurse you back to health, and they're like, you have the ability to read these like sacred tomes and help lead us back to salvation.
And it's like the
somehow.
you is you. They're
Yeah.
like they're breaking the fourth wall and talking to the player.
Yeah, and the way to do that, to get them back to salvation, is you send them into these games.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of a sports game.
Yeah, it is sort of like the battles are sort of a sports game. When we were describing it to Max, he's like, "Oh, so it's like Quidditch," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is kind of like Quidditch."
Yeah, it's 3-on-3 matches where you have to carry a ball into their goal, basically.
Yeah, totally. So you're defending your goal, they have their goal, and there's this orb at the center that's sort of where all the action takes place. You can only control one of your party members at a time, and so you have this giant sort of like a tank. You have it's kind of a swift rogue, and you have this dog who moves really quick.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because if the tank scores, you get 3 points.
Yep.
But if the dog scores, it's really easy to score with the dog because he's super quick, but he only gets 1 point.
It's 1 point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I thought it was really weird. It was really different. You have these ability cooldowns that are a lot like something like Dota or even in Transistor, to where you're able to do a really quick sprint, or you're able to sort of fire off energy and incapacitate an enemy for a little bit.
And each team's goals are Pyres.
See, that's where the
Full
titular
circle, Marty.
Pyres. Yeah, it was really weird, but Supergiant's just one of those companies that, like 3 years ago when we played Transistor here, it was like, oh, this is amazing because it's something different, and again, we have it here with Pyre.
And yet again, it also does have a cool narrator.
Super cool narrator, great music, awesome style. Yeah, so far, I mean, it was the first game we played at the show, but it's probably gonna be one of my favorites.
I'm looking forward to playing more.
Yeah, next year.
Pyre's out next year.
PS4 and PC.
For much more from pax-east, stay tuned, IGN.